So I want you to pick a project manager right now for your next task. Go ahead.
Rod.
Oh, Rod, whoa. We're putting it on the line, Rod.
Happy to do it.
Okay.
I nominated Rod to be project manager because I felt like in the first 3 tasks, Rod didn't contribute as much as anyone else did. So I felt like, okay, well, here's, Rod Blagojevich, governor of Illinois, then he must have some leadership skills.
Tomorrow morning, you're going out to Teterboro Airport. You're going to get on a plane, a sentient jet. I will then give you your next task.
Awesome.
Now, don't get too excited. Just Rod and Salita will be going. Rod, I hope you have no problem doing that.
You don't need a passport for that.
I don't think so. For the first time in Celebrity Apprentice history, the project managers will be separated from their teams. Okay, go ahead.
You gonna work hard?
I'm gonna work hard. I'm here to work hard, man.
I've been chosen to be the project manager on a task. We're not quite sure what that task is. We're on a losing streak, and we want to get back in the winning column, and we're going to work real hard to try to do that.
There's not one loser on this team. How do we pull back together?
You put it aside and we move forward.
Look, we've just lost 2 tasks in a row, so this one's super important. We have to win it. I'm feeling pretty nervous about this one.
Anyway, guys, should we put it in? Let's kick some ass.
Rock solid.
Let's do it, man.
A limo.
Morning.
Well, first the limo picks us up, not the normal van. And I'm like, woohoo, this is pretty nice.
But at the same time, I just didn't know what was in store for me.
Man, it's a shame when you're up and the sun's not up yet. I'm a little concerned about this task. Are you?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
No idea what to expect. I had no idea where we were going to go, except that we were going to get on a plane at Teterboro Airport, and that we were going somewhere in the continental United States. I think anytime you have a project to take on, there's a healthy concern.
I think when you're overly confident, those are the ones that crash and burn. That's why, I volunteered myself for this task.
Interesting. Is that right?
Absolutely. I felt challenged.
Yeah. Got a little chip on your shoulder because you're beautiful and you don't want people to think you're dumb. Is that it? Need a hand?
Thank you. Ooh. Wow.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm sure you're wondering why I dragged you out here. Well, today, we'll be flying to the Universal Orlando Resort. Universal Orlando has created a highly anticipated attraction called the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. When you land in Orlando, you'll gather information about this new attraction. You'll report your findings back to your team in New York City, who will begin work immediately under your direction. Your team's task is to create and present a 3-dimensional interactive display generating buzz among Harry Potter fans. After your tour, you'll fly back to New York City and rejoin your team. You'll present your display to a group of young Harry Potter fans, Universal executives, and the Harry Potter fans will determine who the winner will be. Erin Burnett and George Ross will be my eyes and ears back here in New York. The winning project manager gets $20,000 for your charity. And as always, the team that loses will come back to the boardroom and another celebrity, sadly, will be fired. Good luck, and remember, FAA regulations require that all electronic devices be turned off. So, turn off your cell phones and don't call your team until you land. Have a nice flight.
Orlando! Is that what he said?
It's feeling a bit empty, boys.
So far, we're missing Rod. There's a reason for that, right? Michael, you didn't do anything to him, did you?
Rod's not here this morning. Project manager got on a jet and flew to an undisclosed location. Everything's secretive. The fear of the unknown kind of sucks sometimes, but the reality is when we get the word from Rod, we're going to hit the ground running.
Get behind our boy, Rod.
Where do you think he's gone?
I think they're somewhere, and they're going to manage the project from wherever they are.
Let's just hope he doesn't have to use a computer out there. Rod's a very important person in politics, so he has quite an infrastructure around him. So Rod, bless his heart, he doesn't necessarily know how to send an email or has never taught himself how to use a computer. Rod being a total technical reject worries us.
This is him. He's sitting there going, what's that?
What's that noise? Come on, Rod, answer your phone.
Whoever's picking up this voicemail in a couple of months' time, can you please tell Rod that we love him no matter what happened back then? It's all okay.
Whatever happened back
That's great.
If Rod has to send an email today, I sure as hell hope that there's a homing pigeon somewhere around that he can attach a note to.
One of the biggest components of this challenge was the project managers were being separated from the rest of their teams. So the communications part was going to be very important. You can communicate through text messaging, which is something I have no idea on how to do, or you can communicate by telephone, which is something I do, and some would say I do all too often.
There we go. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hot Rod. Technology is not Rod's best friend. Let's just be honest, okay? He's just getting used to it. So, you know, he'll be standing there looking at his phone going, That's about it.
Hey. Yeah, this thing. Hey, hey, how are you guys?
Where are you, Rod?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm in Orlando, Florida. All right. We've been assigned to create a three-dimensional interactive display for Universal Orlando's new attraction, The Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Rod.
But yeah.
What is the definition of a three-dimensional display?
Brett, you understand it better than I do. Tell us what that means. Execute the 3D display.
Well, 3D is you're in it. It's almost like a nativity scene.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like a live church nativity scene. So Rod calls from Orlando, right? And one of the first things out of his mouth, he says, Brett, what's a 3D display? And I'm thinking, this is not good.
I just want to share on who should do what particular tasks. I have some ideas. I'd like to assign you, Brett, sort of manage the design stuff while I'm here, okay?
Absolutely. Rod puts yours truly in charge of the creative. Curtis is in charge of communication. I believe Goldberg was in charge of graphics, and Michael is in charge of finances and timing. I'm gonna tell you guys, I've got a really strong vision.
Cool.
If you guys will trust on me, I swear to you, the girls won't stand a chance.
All over it, man. Okay, let's kick some ass.
Okay. You getting the jump on me?
Yes, I am.
You texting something?
That's right. I can't talk too much with you here now, can I?
Right now, we're heading to the theme park to meet with the executives of Universal that work directly with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Success comes in all forms, whatever you aspire to accomplish in life. Like me, kicking your ass in this challenge.
Well, I wish you well in all your endeavors except this one. There's an advantage when you can sit somewhere where you can't communicate and you can text message, being able to get those ideas out and then just immediately send them to somebody is an efficient way of communicating. But it's not something I ever had to do when I was the governor.
You have nothing to do?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know how to text. So I can't do that. Well, I don't think the texting or the emailing is that big a deal. The fact that I don't know how to do that. We won't not win because of text messaging or emails. That'll just be an excuse for people to point fingers afterwards.
Money, 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 money.